G'day guys, just thought I'd give you a quick update and talk about Lily today. That's you, darling. As you can see, Lily's still wandering about, hanging out with us everywhere we go, aren't you? Lil, come on. She's getting shy now. I'm focusing on her. No, this is not a toy. This is the phone. Good girl. Oh, you want a stick? You want a stick? Go on, get a good one. That one was way too little. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Rightio, so Lily. We've had quite a few people ask about Lily because they can see there's degeneration in her mobility in her back legs, and people are starting to see that the way that she runs isn't normal. They can start to see that she's struggling. So for those of you that aren't aware of what medical condition Lily actually has, unfortunately she's got a degenerative condition, and it is degenerative myopathy of her gracilis muscles in both back legs. So effectively what that means, oh, snap that one too, darling. Effectively what that means is the muscles are going to get shorter and shorter and shorter as her life goes on, until ultimately she'll lose function of her back legs, because they would just be tucked up underneath her, because that gracilis muscle is a little muscle right in the center from the inside of her hip and high in her groin down to what would be on a human the inside of their knee. But so effectively they're just pulling up, and that's why you can see her doing a really short gait. And if you look really closely, when she runs, she actually twists her legs to be able to get a little bit more stride. So that's because that gracilis muscle is not allowing the leg to stretch out. So it basically turns from a fleshy, muscly, piece of flesh that is able to be stretched and contracted, and then it becomes very fibrous and hard and rigid. So it no longer has that elasticity, and it's a pretty sad condition, really. Like, it's not anything nice about it. But the good thing is the fact that we got this diagnosis almost 2 years ago now, and we're coming up to the 2-year mark where they said she's only got about 18 months to 2 years, and then you'll have to look at putting her to sleep due to the fact that she won't be able to conduct life. As you can imagine, not being paralyzed but losing complete control of your back legs, that is something that would be quite confronting for anyone to contend with. Obviously, Sam and I have spoken about it in length, that we will try to come up with whatever we can to, maintain quality of life for Lily, whether that be, some kind of contraption where she can wheel herself around or whatever it may be. But we're pretty much in an area that we didn't think we would be in. We're coming up to 2 years, and Lily is nowhere near that level of, her condition hasn't degraded that much at all since we got the diagnosis. Yes, I have noticed it has degraded in a couple of different scenarios. I can see she's struggling with it more now than she was, but not to the extent that we were told by the vets that this will progress. This disease does progress rather fast, and you know, they're saying that they don't usually last too much longer than 18 months to 2 years. So personally, I think that's fantastic, because the way that she is now, it seems to me, if it keeps degrading at the scale that it is, we're probably going to get another 2 or 3 years, fingers crossed. So that's a real positive. That's something that we didn't expect to be in this position when we were given that diagnosis. And Lily is just having the time of her life. There's no slowing her down at all. I do have to try to keep her quiet when it might be a really big couple of days. I've got a lot on, I'm back and forth working, we're running the dogs. In those scenarios, I do have to start to think about, okay, we don't want to overwork Lily. There is the biggest concern with this condition is injury to those muscles. If they injure those muscles, they do not recover. And so that's been the major concern for us, is making sure that we minimize any potential injuries for Lily, because that would speed up that downhill slope that she may go down rather quickly. So that's the biggest one. But outside of that, Lily is by my side all the time. Whenever I go outside, she is, you know, right there with me. And the few times that we have had to put her away, oh, she cries bloody murder. You've forgotten about me. Don't lock me up here. And she's inside the house with Sam and the girls and just scratching at the glass door and barking the house down. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Poor Lily, she doesn't want to miss out on anything. Yeah? Why do I have to miss out? I'm ready to go. So yeah, in summary, she has a pretty nasty condition that is going to be a pretty horrible end for Lily, unfortunately. It will get very hard for her very quickly when it does start to, you know, take hold to those points where it's, you know, around the tipping point. Sam and I have tried not to give that too much unnecessary thought, outside of once we see that she's still fully able to get around but no longer able to run or anything like that, then, you know, we just start building a bed for her that she can be tied into on the Ranger, that kind of thing, where she is very comfortable. You know, originally back then we were running the quad bike around a lot, and we were going to build a bed for her to jump on that with, but there's a whole heap of plans in place to prolong her quality of life as her condition worsens. But at this stage, we've gotten through this first 2 years and she's still raring to go and full of life, and there's no slowing her down at this stage, not in her mind anyway. So that's a really good thing. The other side of that is she does pull up really sore. You know, she if you could imagine, all the other muscles in your leg work normally. Abra! Good girl. In this one part of your leg that is just getting worse and worse and worse and not getting better. That's what Lily is dealing with every day. This one muscle is stopping her leg from extending, both when she's lifting her legs up and going to start her stride, and from stretching out at the back of her stride. So it is a, you know, I'm trying to use words that it's really just a pain in the ass. That's what it is. I was trying to avoid saying that, but it's the perfect description. And so what we're finding is Lily's having to almost adapt to train her surrounding muscles to adapt to this short stride, which is obviously painful again in that instance. I can't imagine exactly what it would be like, but I have a few ideas on what I feel like she's going through. And for me, it would be like, at this stage in my life, I've developed a technique and a style and a coordination for walking. You know, my feet land on a certain angle on my heel, I roll over to blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, you've been given a pair of shoes that totally muck up the natural balance of the way that your foot lands and the way that you roll, and you've got to learn to invert the way that you walk. Of course, you are going to be very, very sore. All these surrounding muscles are now doing different jobs. It's going to be very painful to adapt to that new style, and this is what Lily has to go through. It's a crappy card that she's being dealt. There's no way around it. However, the only positive, like I said before, the positive is the fact that she's still here with us, running around. She's not completely immobile. She is full of life, enjoying herself. Yes, she pulls up sore. We have to, medicate her for that to give her some comfort through the evenings and nights, so that she can sleep properly and not be in too much pain, just sort of lying there thinking, those general aches and pains. So we give her some relief for that. We also are keeping up with her supplements, the collagen from Neil, and Neil's also got a couple of other products that he did send up to us and we've been using, and one is a spinal repair concoction that he's made up, and the other one is a cancer control one, which we've been using for Tilly. And he's got an online shop for these products, and I'm just waiting for the next round to come up, and I'm going to give you guys the rundown on this stuff. And so far we think it's been quite good. Have a look at Lily, 2 years on, still jumping around, still running around playing. Yeah, sure, you can pick the stride apart at the back legs there, but now that you know what's going on, she's doing very, very well considering. Rover, someone roughhouse with me. Okay? This is what happens when you sit in the Ranger for the runs. You got more beans than everyone. Everyone's tired, mate. Lily girl, good job, darling. Yeah, good girl. Good girl, Lily. Good girl, darling. Hey, good girl, Lily. So we really do have to thank our lucky stars that we've been blessed with an extended period of time with Lily. We didn't expect that we'd have this much time with her. We've been watching her closely. Slowly, there's been a few times where we've noticed Lily go downhill a little bit, and then as she gets used to that tightening of that muscle and the new restriction, she adapts and overcomes and just continues on. She's like a little Energizer bunny. Just keeps on going. So this is all great stuff. We love the fact that that's Lily's personality. We love the fact that Lily doesn't sit there and feel sorry for herself. Even when we know that she's going to be sore in the evening, that she knows she's going to be sore as well. she's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll deal with that later. We got fun to be had now. Let's go for this run, or let's go for this motorbike ride, or whatever it is. She's there, she doesn't want to miss out. She wants to take life by the horns and ride it. And I say, good for you, Lily. Good for you, darling. Yeah, good girl. You're going to do it, aren't you? Yeah. Oof, good girl, Lily. Good girl. Good girl, darling. Oh, that misread. That misread is really annoying to you, isn't she? Yeah. Oof, 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 oof. Misread, she's going to tell you off. Yeah. We love Lily. She's a really prominent personality in the pack. She started out as a bit of a, I wouldn't say outsider, but a quieter personality. And then after, I think the first 6 months of her being here on the farm, she really came out of her shell, and she picked her moments to come out of her shell, and they were moments that were still not on the outskirts, but you know, she liked to keep to herself. She didn't want to get in the thick of it and have to defend her position. You know, she just let all the dogs do whatever they want to do, and then she would find where she wants to be with a smaller group, or with a quieter part of the pack. You know, she doesn't get involved in any sort of politics, or it's almost like she just knows, you guys can all fight it out however you want. Just don't drag me into your rubbish, you know. She knows where she is, and she's up there at the top. I think I saw a question in the comments while I was sifting through, and someone said something about, asked if anyone ever picks on Lily. I can't remember what the comment was around. There was obviously, it might have been, could have been a Shadow and Tilly thing. Someone picked up somewhere that they thought that Shadow was having to go at Tilly, but really all that was happening was Tilly was lining up Shadow's hocks, and Shadow turned around to face her because she knew if she turned her back, Tilly would grab a hock. And someone asked, does anyone hassle Lily? And there is one that I've seen has had a go at Lily before, and it's not a real serious one. It's more of a I think it's more of a case of Lily's more his speed when we're doing the run. So I have seen Fredo come and cut Lily off, so to speak. And I think the reason he does it is because she's the only one that he can catch. Because he just runs interference. He just puts his body in there and makes her go offline or go round him, and you know, and then sort of stops. He just stops running altogether. He just puts on a big sprint to get in front of her, and then blocks her for half a second, and he's like, yeah, job done. She just runs around him. But that's about as far as it goes, really, for any of the dogs picking on Lily or having a go at Lily. It doesn't really happen. If it does, i.e. the little staffies, or you know, they often are just completely oblivious to any of these signals or communication saying leave me alone. They think that everybody loves them, and why wouldn't they love them? You know, look how cute we are, we're everybody's friend. Lick, 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 lick on the face, and Lily will get a big German Shepherd hair up and and they're like, oh, what happened? I thought we were mates. It's like, yeah, mate, just get out of my face. Hey, darling. So yeah, she does that to Miss Red, Miss Violet, Hope. All the dogs that in Lily's eyes don't have any etiquette or the right manners. Because she's a lady, aren't you, darling? See, and this is the respect that Lily gets. She can run through with a toy, and she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to really do much at all, and everyone just knows that's not my toy. Oh, you fell into Rover's trap. He wanted a playmate. Hey, he wanted a playmate, didn't he? Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Good girl, darling. Good girl. Here it comes. Oh, little rapscallion, isn't she? See? Leave me alone, you cheeky boxer. Hello, mate. Righto, chap. No need to keep digging there, mate. The interesting thing about the Freddo running interference with Lily is Lily just doesn't even see it as any kind of offence. Just kind of sees him coming, does a little bit of a half step, slows down, runs around him, keeps running. You know, Lily doesn't get involved in the BS. Just wants to chase after me and continue on with the game. She doesn't take offence to those things. She's just like, there's no point wasting my time on these, you know, useless. Yeah, well, go on politics. Yeah. She's got better things to do with her time. She's on borrowed time, and she's not going to waste it on those small little things. So, good for you, Lily. It's a good attitude to have. Yeah, it's you, darling. Good girl. Righto, guys. Did kind of waffle on at the end there a bit, but apologies if it was a bit long in the tooth. It is what it is. It's up to Sam whether you guys see this or not. It's the final say. Righto, guys, hope you enjoyed the update, and obviously stay tuned. We'll keep on giving people updates as it progresses, but at this stage it's progressing really slowly, which is awesome. That's what we want. Good girl, Lily. Good girl, darling. Righto, guys. Speak to you soon.
face and then my hair. Crazy. It's not. Okay, hold on. I need to clean myself first. My mouth's all dry.